bit of an experience, alright. Yeah, I've never been to the Gnoll before, but I suppose small changing rooms and hilly pitch reminds me of my underage days down in Birr, like travelling around the Midlands and stuff like so. I suppose it didn't really affect me before, but I suppose a few of the lads that have grown up in nice pitches around Dublin and that is different for them, alright. Like, but we had the Storm Dennis the week before, like so that was a kind of bit of ideal preparation. But no, when we arrived Thursday, we went to see the grounds, like so dressing rooms and that. So when you arrive for the match Friday, nothing's unfamiliar, like so. I suppose that was the prep we did. Yeah, we talked earlier, I suppose, as a forward pack more so, our launch offline out was only 50%, which isn't good enough. You can have the best backs in the world, but if you can't get them the ball, what good is it? Like so, that was one thing. I think our scrum improved from the previous week. The Cheetahs gave us a bit of a hard time, like so. That improved. Then, yeah, I suppose so. Set for forward, I suppose set piece dominance nearly was the main thing. I've 10 or 11 starts this year, so it's great. Like I remember years ago, like just getting game on game, like starting game and getting match sharp, and it makes such a difference to you. So yeah, I've just taken every week as it is, and I suppose this week is another massive week for us in Glasgow. I'll be raring to get a shot at us again, like so. I suppose we haven't been looking too far ahead, but Saracens has been at the corner of the eye. Like looking at them, it'd be unreal to play against them for me myself. But I suppose we're not looking too far. Like we have to play Glasgow this week and then go to South Africa for 2 games as well. So. It's 5-6 weeks away yet, so we won't get too far ahead of ourselves. We've used 50 odd players, like so, and a lot of young lads have stepped up to the mark and that. And I suppose myself, it's a great opportunity for me as well, just to be starting games and playing week on week. And I'm really enjoying it and thriving on it, I suppose. Yeah, I think Scott Fardy actually mentioned it this morning. They're our last team to beat us in the RDS, like so. They'll have no fear. I think their motto of brutality, I think is the word they use a lot. So I suppose as a forward pack we'll be expecting that, and they won't fear us, yeah. But they want to try to get one over on us after beating them in Scotstoun as well. So it's going to be, I suppose, a big clash and a tough one up front. Yeah, it's great to see like Birr Rugby, I suppose, doing really well. Like we've a good few players around the provinces, like, and for a small little club like Shane Horgan's in Connacht and Jack Regan's up north in Ulster. And that, so myself and Mikey Millen's obviously here. Yeah, but with Connor, like we would have played I think it was the Shane Horgan Cup under 16 it was, and then I think it's now the Sean O'Brien Cup. So yeah, it's just looking at players like Shawnee, especially from Tullow. Like I think it just shows that the pathway is there. Like, and players, if they're good enough, they will make it. Yeah. We do stick together. The youth players, Kieran Frawley as well. Like. This guy, yeah, he's scary, yeah. So no, it's good. It's good to, I suppose, mix it up with all the Dublin boys. Yeah, I've started 10 or 11 and come off the bench for another few. Like so, it's just all about playing. I find, especially for myself, like when I had a bad run like 2 years ago, I wasn't in the team much, and I went to play with Lansdowne, and just playing, like that's why we train so much, is to play rugby. Like you get sick of training, it's just to play. And yeah, so I suppose just keep playing, and I suppose for a front row especially, you just need that kind of scrum, maul and everything's grand for the backs. They just can run around, I suppose, and the wingers and that, but front rows, I think you need to be in getting physically prepared for matches, like, and the only way you can do that is by playing matches. Great slogan came up last week, competition kills complacency in here, and everyone wants to play highest level, everyone wants to play in the big matches for Leinster, and I suppose you're not thinking of complacency because you want to be in the team next week, like, so that's why you want to drive on and play as well as you can, like.